I've been paid anywhere from $150 to up to $300
per hour.
They really guide you through how to speak to clothes. It's not just like, oh, this feels tight or this feels loose. It's not so much about like how you look. It's about like how the clothes fit your body. You have to be very specific about, you call it being on spec, making sure that your measurements stay the same. There will be moments when like I'm standing there and the designer will just like pull my arm up or like just like spin me around and like do so in a way where I'm like, oh, I'm a person too.
Yeah, I'm a human. Welcome to Cheera channel. Today I'm with
Robin.
She's a fit model.
I started fit modeling, I guess maybe about 10 years ago. I did not know what it was when I began. A friend of mine was working at this small fashion brand and said, hey Dick, do you want to be our fit? And I thought fit was like fitness.
Fitness.
You know, I was like fitness. And I was like, well, I like, truly, because I play sports. And I was like, okay, cool. And what it actually means is that you are, I kind of think like you're like a living, breathing mannequin that a pattern maker and their team will use to like put the clothing on you and make sure that it fits really well.
How long have you been doing? A decade, right?
Yes, like on and off. So I started working with this small brand. At the time I was also working a 9-to-5 job. And I said, well, maybe I can try and like get an agency. I did start working with an agency, but it was just like, I couldn't keep doing my 9-to-5 job and that. So I was like, this is too much. And so I stopped. And then a handful of years later, I was freelancing and I was like, let me see if I can still fit. I went to an agency, another one, and I was with a pattern maker. And so pattern making, again, the person who's making the framework of the clothes. We were in the garment district of New York and she was like, oh, like you should meet my friend Dale. Dale has a fit agency. So I went upstairs in the building.
It called True Management, right?
Yes, True Management. And I met with Dale and they signed me.
And now you're still with them?
I'm still with them, yeah. They really guide you through how to speak to clothes. So it's like, yes, you are putting the clothes on. But what I really like is that they're telling you like how to think about how to give very specific feedback. It's not just like, oh, this feels tight or this feels loose.
But how do you have to tell them when you put it on?
Yeah, well, it's like I studied. She gave me this like pattern, recommended this book on pattern making. So like people who are making clothes. I looked at that and was like figuring out like how can I like speak to like, okay, this is like getting super technical, but like when you're fitting like a bathing suit bottom or something, there's something called like a gusset, and it's like how do you like speak to that? Like all these things that you might necessarily not think about when you're putting clothes on, but you are trained to speak specifically to why something does or doesn't fit, so that it can
adjust.
Yes, exactly.
That's a very specific thing as a model.
Yeah.
And it's something that normal people or people out there don't really realize. They only think about runway commercial, that's it. But I have a lot of kind of jobs as a model that actually make money.
Yes.
May I ask how much they pay you per hour?
It ranges from clients. If I'm working with, I've been paid anywhere from $150 to up to $300 per hour. The higher paying clients, it is inconsistent work, meaning like some jobs you can book and you'll like expect to work with them on an ongoing basis. That's something I think is also like, pretty cool about fit, is that it's not so much about like how you look, it's about like how the clothes fit your body. Any type of modeling, you do have to be conscious of your figure. You have to be very specific about, you call it being on spec, like making sure that your measurements stay the same, because the line, like the clothes that are being made are contingent on you being one shape.
So you're like a mold.
Yeah, so you kind of like, you need to stay the same, which again, I think is quite similar to like other types of modeling as well.
It sounds like easy, but it's not. Because our body change, especially female. We have PMS, we are bloated, we are lost weight, we gain weight. So it's not easy to maintain things because every minute everything changed in the world.
Yes. Yes. I think there's something also like a lot of, there'll be times when I'm there for like 6-8 hours and I'm just standing there in clothes. So I don't mean to say like, yes, there's like definitely more difficult work, but it is like kind of surprisingly challenging as well. Because you're like, okay, I have to be present. And then also like thinking through like, how can I give really good feedback? And what feedback did I give previously to then like continue on the making of a garment? Because when you are making a garment, there are multiple stages.
Yeah. What size are you?
A 2 or a 4.
Or
So
you have to stay like that forever and ever.
yeah.
Ever and ever. What's the pros and cons as a fit model?
Pros, I mean, it's great money.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing else I could do that would make me $300 an hour. And the challenges of it, I mean, I think this is something I grapple with where it's like I'm being hired to be again just like a mannequin, a body. I know that, and yet it still is kind of, there will be moments when like I'm standing there and the designer will just like pull my arm up or like just like spin me around and like do so in a way where I'm like, oh, I'm a person too.
Yeah, I'm a human.
But I'm also like, okay, but this is what I've been hired to do.
Yeah.
So I think there's like a little bit of like disconnect too, where it's like that can feel a bit uncomfortable. And
Yeah.
but I'm like, well, I'm getting paid well.
So you just need to eat it in again.
Yeah.
Our job always eat it in. We didn't do runway. So runway have like spring, summer, resort, fall, pre-fall, right? But our jobs who doing unseen, we would get booked more than like 4 times per year, which is more often. That means it's like, it's sort of fixed income, but at the same time, it's like we have to put up with this shitty things more often, you know? And it's unseen job. I mean, it sounds uncool, but it's cool at the same time because we make a living.
Yeah.
We make a living.
And it's not very sexy. Like I was sharing with you, like you're like kind of you're in an office that's like not necessarily, you think fashion, you're like, wow, like,
cool, amazing.
so, and it's not that.
Yeah,
It's,
the people who make fashion is not really wow in real life. You know, like because they work, like it's a real work for normal people, for consumer.
Yeah, but it is like something that is pretty cool is when I know I fit something and then I go see it in store and I'm like,
and I fit that.
yeah,
Same like me. I know which side of Ghani, the whole rack, the whole collection, the whole runway. I tried that already.
Yeah.
I fit that already.
Yeah, that's a cool.
Yeah.
It's like I said, it's kind of like these like unseen parts of the modeling world, but that can be really lucrative and like allow you to live and do the things that you want.
And still, like I can say, even it's an unseen job, but as a model, we need to have a really high stamina, like mental stamina.
It's something like every time I get booked, I'm like, I am so grateful. It's just like anything. If you are on your feet all day, it is like this like bit of, I think you kind of have to put on a facade of like, okay, I will like just, you need to be pleasant. And people will say things that maybe doesn't necessarily feel great. People like saying comments about your body. And it's like, well, okay, like this makes sense because this is the job. But it is like, I will have like, it's almost like I like remove myself and I'm like in another
dimension.
Yeah. Do you ever feel that?
I know, of course, I know.
I think that it's like when a clothing like fits really well, like if you ever like look at something, you're like, oh, like this looks like just like a basic t-shirt, but
it's not.
But it's not. That's because a brand has like taken the time to really fit with it, and you don't really get that with fast fashion. Any clothes that are like quickly churned out, there's just no time for it. It is like I do appreciate being a part of like more thoughtfully made clothes.
You're a main part of it. Did you try it on?
Yeah, being a part of it, totally.
Yeah. What do you want to tell people or the girls who want to do fit model like you? What they have to prepare?
I think like to have sustainable work as a fit model, a lot of it sounds kind of weird. It's just like, it's like having like, there are certain shapes that the industry is looking for, and it's not all like I'm a for, but actually what's cool about fit modeling is that you have a bunch of different sizes. I think like the average size they look for is a 6 and up. Don't quote me on that. But what's kind of neat is like, because they're making clothes for the rest of the population, you do need people to have different body shapes. So I think like what's allowed me to do this work consistently is that I am the size that I am, and it's not like a challenge for me to like maintain that. So I think anytime you have to do something, any kind of work that makes you have to drastically change who you are, that's not great. I really love the agency that I work with, True Model Management. You know, reaching out to like, I think they're a fantastic agency. They're based in New York, and so I think if you can chat with other models who and kind of get a sense of like what their agency is like, that's really helpful. So you can understand, are you working with people who are going to be like, work in high integrity? And also like they can introduce you to someone. That's how I think anything in this world, it's always helpful if you have someone who can introduce you,
like guide you. Yes.
So in some, I guess it's like if you have maybe like seeking out other people who are doing fit modeling and seeing if you can chat with them. Like I'm always happy to talk with people if they're interested. Yeah, you can. I'd be so happy to chat. I think there's a lot of like any type of work, but especially in modeling, it's good to have transparency and conversation, especially because it is work around like our bodies and personhood. So I think actually, it was a very long answer, but in some, I think the most like what you should do is like to reach out to other people who are doing this work and see if
it fits.
See if it fits.
Thank you, Robbie.
Well, it's so nice. Thank you for having me, and it was nice chatting with y'all.
Bye.
Bye.